Football can be a pretty ugly game at times, and we're not just talking about rough tackles and heartbreaking injuries. Sometimes on-field and even off-field confrontations can lead to massive brawls on the pitch. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we explore the highs and lows of the beautiful game. Today, we are going to delve into the darker side of football as we look at the top 8 fights in the history of the sport. Number 8. Literally every El Clasico. El Clasico is one of the most hyped and historic fixtures, not just because of the massive history and rivalry between Barcelona and Real Madrid, but their players also hate one another. Every now and then, you'll see a massive brawl starting in El Clasicos. However, these fights used to get pretty ugly when Jose Mourinho was Real Madrid's head coach. Messi was at his peak, and according to Mourinho, the only way he could be stopped at the time was by tackling him dangerously individually or in groups throughout the match. These tackles would often start a brawl between Madrid and Barca players. However, this tactic was not enough to stop Messi. While he is a genius and arguably the GOAT right now, he was one of the toughest players on the pitch, surviving potentially career-ending tackles like it was nothing, and then walking slowly to the sidelines, with the scoreboard showing 5-0 in favor of Barcelona. Number 7. Eric Cantona goes kung fu on a fan. Eric Cantona was always known to be a very controversial and hot-headed player. He would often get involved in verbal and physical confrontations during and after games. There's no denying that he was a fantastic player and an absolute legend for Manchester United. But the guy, at times, just wasn't able to control his anger and suffered serious consequences. One such instance was the match between Manchester United and Crystal Palace back in 1995, where Eric Cantona was shown a red card and sent off for hitting a Crystal Palace player with a dangerous tackle. On his way out, Eric was being abused by a Crystal Palace fan. Normally, a player would simply ignore the fan or opt for verbal confrontation. But Eric jumped into the crowd at Selhurst Park and jump-kicked the fan. In response to his violent behavior, the FA banned Eric Cantona for 9 months. Number 6. Roy Keane and Alan Shearer's cheeky physical confrontation. Roy Keane and Alan Shearer, two absolute legends for their clubs, Manchester United and Newcastle United respectively, were once involved in a fight in a 2001 Premier League match at Upton Park. Roy Keane, known for his aggressive on-pitch behavior, threw the ball at the back of Alan Shearer's head after he tried to interfere in a quick throw-in. The two players got into a scuffle, where Keane went one step further and tried landing an errant punch on Shearer's face. However, he missed, and the referee instantly spotted the infringement, sending Keane off for his violent conduct. To this day, Keane and Shearer still hate each other. Number 5. Azar and the gutsy ball boy. Many might not value them, but ball boys have a pretty significant role in the proceedings of a football match. They are responsible for giving the ball back to the player as soon as possible as soon as it goes out of play. Ball boys either give the ball too quickly or cause intentional delays to give the home team an advantage. During the semi-final of the League Cup between Chelsea and Swansea, Eden Hazard got frustrated with a ball boy's behavior. There were 15 minutes left on the clock and Chelsea needed a goal. The ball went out of play, and the ball boy collapsed and smothered the ball. Azar tried taking the ball off the ball boy, but he was just not giving up. Azar ended up being violent and started kicking the boy in his ribs until he released the ball. Swansea defender Ashley Williams came to the ball boy's defense right away. Due to this incident, Azar was instantly red-carded as the ball boy put on an Academy Award performance and became the highlight of the match. He also went on to sell his jacket on eBay for a whopping £30,000. Number 4. Ruud Vannistelroy and Arsenal. Another Manchester United legend who was known to have a very hot-headed personality was Ruud Vannistelroy. Arsenal versus Manchester United has always been one of the most exciting fixtures in the Premier League. However, the hype for this fixture back in the early 2000s was on another level. Considering both these clubs were in their prime, their matches were always potential title deciders. During the 2003-2004 season, the two teams met again at Old Trafford. However, this time around, things got a bit ugly. United committed 13 fouls, while Arsenal committed 18, accumulating a total of 8 yellow cards, out of which 2 were handed to Patrick Vieira, who was ultimately sent off. The score was 0-0 when Forlan won a penalty. Nistelrooy went to take the penalty, and unfortunately, he hit the crossbar. He was mobbed by Arsenal players as the final whistle went, leading to a massive brawl. Later, Lauren, Martin Keown, Vieira, and Ray Parlour were all banned for a total of 9 games. This draw enabled Arsenal to complete their invincible season in the Premier League. Number 3. Francescotti and Mario Balotelli. Oh, Mario! This is just one of Mario Balotelli's most controversial moments. However, this time, one of the most calm, respectful football players, Francescotti, also managed to lose his cool. Totti was one of the greatest players of all time, loved by his supporters and hated by his rivals at Milan and Manchester. He has also managed to irk the likes of Robert Mancini and Jose Mourinho. So, in 2010, during the Coppa Italia final between Inter Milan and AS Roma, Totti came on at halftime. Mario leveraged this opportunity to taunt the football legend by saying, "You're finished, Granddad." Mario kept on insulting Totti throughout the match, and in one instance, Totti lost patience. He responded by upending Mario with a harsh tackle and was sent off. Inter later won the match by 1-0. After the match, Mario accused Totti of racism, an allegation the Roma captain denied. There were media reports claiming Mario used the racism card to defend his ugly antics throughout the match, which made Totti so fed up that he ultimately started considering retirement. Number 2. Joey Barton versus Manchester City. In the iconic Premier League match between Queen's Park Rangers and Manchester City in 2012 that was supposed to decide whether Manchester United would win the league or Manchester City, Joey Barton and Carlos Tevez got into a massive physical altercation that led to Barton picking up a red card. He was punched in the back by Tevez, and he reacted by elbowing Tevez in his face. When Barton got sent off, he also proceeded to knock down Sergio Aguero on his way out. This incident might have made Aguero more motivated to win the match, as we all know. Aguero scored the decisive goal in the waning minutes to win the Premier League over Manchester United. Number 1. Diego Maradona's Rampage versus Atletico Madrid. No, we're not talking about the late Diego Maradona wreaking havoc with his goals and assists. Instead, this time around, he went on a kicking rampage as if he was auditioning for Karate Kid. A fight broke out between the players of Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, and Maradona completely lost it. He was kicking every Atletico player that came his way with jumping high kicks, low kicks, and roundhouse kicks, and it all looked more like a scene from a karate movie than a football match. He was knocked down but got back up again and dealt with his opponent in the same manner. Obviously, after this rampage, multiple players were red-carded, including Maradona. That's all we have for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video and want us to create more amazing content, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep hustling!